I was really conflicted about which of the stories that flooded my feeds this week I would address here on the shrink wrap. Skittles, chatbots. Skittles, chatbots. All right, well, look, Skittles is easy. Mars did not succumb to the temptation to engage in real-time marketing like so many organizations do. They waited a little while after Donald J. Trump issued his tweet comparing refugees to Skittles, and then they issued a very simple statement. And that statement was nothing but praised, even though there was a lot of conflict in terms of people's opinions of Trump's message. There was universal praise for the restraint that Mars exercised, and some have indicated that this signals that real-time marketing is over. People are pretty wise to the fact that companies have newsrooms and they're working hard to send out these messages on the spur of the moment that don't build long-term relationships anyway. And let's face it, you're not going to see another Oreos dunk in the dark moment. Nobody's going to get that kind of traction. It's time to stop trying to be clever when something breaks in the news that has some tenuous connection to your organization. So let's move on to chatbots. There was a lot of chatbot news in my feeds this week. Well, there's a lot of chatbot news in my feeds every week, but a few things really stood out this week. First, there was a report from cloud computing company Twilio that found that 66% of consumers prefer to engage with companies via text message. Now, this is no surprise considering most people have 3 text messaging apps on their smartphones, and not just on their smartphones, but on the smartphone home screen. And they use each of those 3 apps every week. This is what they prefer. They prefer to engage with companies by text message, not by Facebook, not by Twitter, despite all of the effort that these organizations have been making to build in features that make it easier for brands to engage with customers around customer service and tech support type issues. It's text messaging. And the younger you are, the more you want to engage with brands through a messaging app. But wait, there's more. A study from enterprise mobile engagement company Open Market found that texting is the #1 preferred channel for business to millennial communications. And why? Because it's two-way. They want text notifications for appointment reminders, text notifications for delivery updates, and text notifications for payment reminders. Text messaging was also in the news related to the terrorist bombing in Chelsea. People in New York woke up to find a notification on their smartphone home screen that read, "Wanted, Ahmad Khan Rahami, 28-year-old male. See media for pic. Call 911 if seen." Now, according to New York Mayor Bill de Blasio, this text message played a significant role in the apprehension of the alleged bomber. You know why? Because people pay attention to text notifications and text messages. But there's a problem. Less than half the companies that were surveyed by Twilio for their report said they have the infrastructure in place to respond to customers and to communicate with customers via text message. And this is where chatbots can really step in and help out. Now, I know there has been a lot of reporting about how lame the early chatbots are, especially the ones on Facebook Messenger. But another one of the stories I saw this week came from Citigroup. It was an analysis of the chatbot space, and it found that the chatbot economy is growing way faster than the app economy did in its early days. Citigroup analyst Mark May showed off 2 charts. One showed the comparison in the number of chatbots to the number of apps during the first 6 months of each of those being available. The other showed the number of developers in the first 6 months creating apps and chatbots. And as you can see, the numbers in both are significantly higher for chatbots than they were for apps. And all of this is related just to Facebook Messenger. It doesn't account for other platforms like the Kik bot shop. So it's no wonder that Oracle announced that it is introducing a bot development platform that will compete with Facebook and Microsoft and all of the independent chatbot platforms that are being introduced to accommodate the surge of interest in chatbots and the surge in use of chatbots. And all of these platforms should have plenty of business when you consider that organizations like the NBA's Sacramento Kings are introducing chatbots. The Kings chatbot is built into an app, and it allows you to ask questions about the team and about their new multi-million-dollar arena. So here's the thing. If your customers are setting up appointments, if they want to know when deliveries are going to arrive or have arrived, if they want to be reminded that a payment is due, you don't need to set up a call center with a bunch of people to handle this. You need to set up a chatbot. All of this information is available in a database, and you can set up chatbots that allow customers to simply ask, when is my appointment? Or to get a notification reminding them that the appointment is happening later this day, that their payment is due tomorrow. This is not rocket science. The platforms are out there to do this today, and it's what your customers want. And from a communication standpoint, I see chatbots being a big deal for employee communications. I see it being a big deal for media relations, reporters who want to set up interview appointments, reporters who want to check facts, being able to submit the question and get the answer because it's all automated and they're communicating with a chatbot. You really need to start paying attention to this. This was the subject of my presentation at the IABC World Conference in June, and I believe even more than I did then that chatbots are going to be huge, and right now the evidence seems to support that. Not to mention, it's how your customers want to interact with you. It provides for two-way communication that we're not doing through social media. We're using social media to blast one-way communication out just like it is old media. Chatbots let you have that coveted two-way communication, those two-way engagements that really build those relationships. Look into chatbots. Be ready now so that you can take advantage of them when they become the really big deal they inevitably will.